Chapter 10. A woman is only a woman when she allows her man to be a man. I was counseling a young woman who had been married for about 10 years. She had met and married a close family friend that she had dated for several years long distance. She was a successful engineer and he was a dentist. Both were Seventh-day Adventist Christians, and she had a daughter from a previous relationship. After being married for about 2 years, they had a son. Problems came quickly after their son's birth. He was a saver, and she was a spender. He was a stern disciplinarian, and she was a bit lax. It wasn't long before they both had different bank accounts and one account from which all their bills were paid. Her first rant in our discussion was, if he would just put his half in the joint account when I tell him to, we wouldn't have any problems. Wow, was all I could say. Then I explained to her that her statement alone was loaded with information that told me exactly what their issues were. You don't let him drive, do you? I asked. Drive? What does that have to do with anything? She questioned. You don't let the man drive when you go places together, I asked again. She then explained that they don't really go anywhere together. Even when they go to church, she drives in her car and he drives in his. Once again, the signs were everywhere. This couple was on life support. At some point in our little talk, I had to get her to understand that she was showing her husband distrust. She flat out did not trust him to do anything for her, from handling their finances to driving her to church. At first, she protested, but finally, she had to admit it. Now, I know this couple. I know him more than I know her. And I had to let her know that she was missing a huge blessing. You see, cultural differences play a role in this type of behavior. She is an African American, born and raised in the South, just like me. Culturally, women from the South are usually heads of the house, or in many cases, make many decisions about the family. Her husband was born and raised in Jamaica. Most Jamaican men are not likely to be led by a woman. Culturally, it's just not that common. This is where knowing your man comes in. This may surprise you, but most men are basically the same. Your job is to know your man. Pay attention because I need you to get this. All men are the same. Sure, they have individual characteristics, but all in all, it's the same dude, honey. So before you trade him in for another, please know that the one that you think is better than the one you are getting rid of may end up being the same man. Hear me out. Some guys pay attention to detail or are great at being handy. But for the most part, they all hate to go shopping and they all want a plan of some sort that makes sense when going on a trip. Do you understand my point? Think about it for a second. You have a friend who divorces her husband and then remarries a guy and has the same issues with him that she had with the first husband. That's because the issues she failed to work through in marriage number one will persist in marriage number two. We must understand that marriage is a character building exercise that requires us to compromise, share, and learn to be patient, plus a whole host of traits that can only come from being in a lifelong relationship. That's one of the main reasons why God made us the way He made us. We have to understand that as women, we have got to learn that God needs us to completely be on board with His plan for who we are. God made men a certain way, and God made women a certain way.